Hey everybody, this is a study guide for the beginning of the French Revolution. Some things you need to know. Maximilien Robespierre. Throughout history, he's best known as trying to eliminate enemies of the French Revolution. He is going to allow a killing spree with the guillotine. Tens of thousands of people are going to die. And Nicholas II and King Louis XVI, if you studied, their rules, you basically find out that they ignored basically a lot of the needs of the people, and they were going to be overthrown. And we'll learn about Tsar Nicholas II in the future. If you take a look at a passage of some of the wants of the Third Estate, the biggest thing is the Third Estate is they were ignored in politics. They wanted a political influence. One way the caste system in India and the system of pre-revolutionary France are similar is that social mobility was very limited. It was very hard to go from the Third Estate to the First or the Second, almost impossible. Robespierre and Louis XVI are similar, that they were both removed from power during the French Revolution and both executed during the French Revolution. Enlightenment Ideas. They fueled the Third Estate to rebel. The Third Estate was sick of being ignored, and they're going to rebel in the French Revolution because of Enlightenment Ideas. The Jacobins and Maximilien Robespierre are known for the reign of terror in France, and that was that killing spree with the guillotine. Biggest cause of the French Revolution? The demands of the Third Estate. They wanted more political power. They wanted a say in government. Primary source is an eyewitness account or somebody that was actually there at the time as a primary source. Now, if you have these headlines, the angry mob destroys the Bastille and Robespierre's execution ends the reign of terror, Napoleon seizes power, we know from what we've learned, all these headlines pertain to France. Now, there are many causes of the French Revolution. Some of them would be inflation, prices rise. The tax burden was put on the Third Estate at 50%. France was going bankrupt. And the estate system, the old regime, just basically abused the Third Estate. You will take a look at a chart with the First Estate, the Second Estate, and the Third Estate being 97% of the population. And this would be representing the population of France. That was the country that was broken up into 3 estates. Now, executions during the Reign of Terror. If you take a look at all the people that were executed in the Reign of Terror, the executions crossed all boundaries, economic boundaries, social boundaries, political boundaries. Thousands and thousands of people were just executed during this Reign of Terror in France. And that was during the French Revolution with the executions during the Reign of Terror with the guillotine. Now, back to Enlightenment, Copernicus, Galileo, and Kepler. They all helped establish the heliocentric theory, and they questioned nature. Locke and Rousseau, these were writers during the Enlightenment, and they all expand on the concept of natural law and that people have rights. The term divine right, it's basically a belief that a ruler's power comes from God, and that is what absolute monarchs would claim, the divine right theory. If you're ever taking a look at Louis XIV, the Sun King, you basically know that Louis XIV believed in divine right. He was an absolute monarch. Copernicus and Galileo, the heliocentric theory is associated with these two. And that went against the official doctrine of the Roman Catholic Church. Finally, the theory of divine right and the justification for absolute power. And that basically shows there's a need for centralization of authority. That's why kings would say what they say goes with this whole doctrine of divine right. It's a centralized authority all under one person. All right. Watch this as many times as you need. You guys have a great day. Thank you.